Welcome to Let's Talk in English, the place where you can learn English. Hi everyone, my name is Peter, one of your teachers here on the show. Today's topic is still culture, and the title of today's lesson is, What Did I Say? What did I say? Katie, have you ever asked someone a question and they thought you meant something else?
Yes, that has happened to me before, and the person thought that I was being rude, but I really wasn't. Just like what happened with Alex in yesterday's lesson. Hi everyone, my name is Katie. Thanks for coming back to learn with us today.
Okay friends, turn to the right page of your magazine and read along with Katie.
Have you eaten yet is a common greeting in Chinese culture. Taylor didn't know that. She thought Alex was asking her out. It is important to learn about cultural differences. Susie learned that Americans are very direct. They point out problems. And Alex learned that Americans like to be private.
We have different friends from different places here at the studio. Where they are from, you can say and do things that mean different things.
That's right. I think it is a good thing that people do things differently in other places.
Well, why is that, Katie?
I think it's interesting to learn how people do things differently around the world. There are so many places in the world that would be cool to go to because their culture is really interesting.
That's a good point, Katie. Okay, friends, we have a lot to learn today. So let's learn our keywords with Christina.
今天谈论的是中西文化的差异。以中国人来说，问对方吃饱了没是很普通的问候方式。形容词常见、一般的就是 common， 所以 a common greeting 就是常见的问候。Greeting 是名词，问候、招呼。That's a common greeting in Chinese culture。所以学习了解彼此文化上的差异是很重要的。文化的差异就是 cultural differences， 差异或不同的名词就是 difference。Taylor 发现美国人是比较直接，直接就是 direct。Americans are more direct。Alex 则觉得美国人非常注重隐私。形容词 private 是私人的，可以用来形容人不爱谈论私事，注重隐私的。Americans like to be private.
Hey Rob, can I ask you a question?
Sure. What is it?
Alex said something to me today. It made me uncomfortable.
What did he say?
He asked me, "Have you eaten yet?" Was he asking me to have lunch with him?
Oh no, that's just the common greeting in Chinese.
So, he wasn't asking me out?
No, he was just being friendly.
Yesterday, we talked about what it means to be impolite in another culture. Alex has been trying to be nice to show that he cares, but he needs to learn the right way to do it in this culture.
Right. Yesterday, he was just being friendly. And we can learn more about that sentence pattern with Christina.
所以 Alex 问 Taylor, Have you eaten yet? 吃饱了没？他只是想要友善的打招呼而已。He was just being friendly. 这个句子里的 was being 是过去进行式 ，being 就是 be 动词的现在分词形式。我们来看一下其他例句，比如你听到某个人在歌唱，你觉得根本不好听，可是你的朋友却一直称赞他。你在想这个朋友的称赞会不会只是礼貌一下而已？你可以问他 Are you just being polite? 或者有人觉得你讲话太直了，你或许可以回答 I was just being honest. 我只是说实话而已。这种说法我们可以多练习哦。
Alex is asking questions to be nice, but the other people in the office think that he means something else when he asks them. He's just being friendly.
Well, it's hard living in a different culture. I remembered living in a different culture, and there were many things that I had to learn about that were so different. Sometimes I thought something was common to do, but really other people thought that it was weird.
Yeah, sometimes something that is common is normal or regular. For Alex, he is asking things that are common to ask, where he is from. But these things might not be common in our culture.
So in today's lesson, Alex greeted Taylor by asking her, "Have you eaten yet?" That is something that is common to ask in Asia, but she thought that he meant something else.
Greetings are different all around the world. In our culture, we greet people by asking, "How are you doing?" We are not asking the real question, "How you are feeling?" It just means, "Hi."
Taylor thinks that Alex is asking her out, though. So that means she thinks he wants to take her out on a date. But actually, he's just using a common greeting.
Cultures can be like this. You think you are being friendly to someone else, but really you are making them feel uncomfortable.
Poor Alex, he is learning some important lessons. Let's find out what happens next in Conversation B.
I learned some things about cultural differences today, Abby.
Oh, really? Like what?
In Chinese culture, you can ask personal questions.
You mean things like, "Are you married?"
Yes, or why aren't you married?
Interesting. What else did you learn?
Americans are very direct. When they see something wrong, they point it out.
And Chinese don't?
No, they don't want others to be embarrassed.
Yesterday and today have all been about differences between cultures. It's very good to learn about these differences because it can help you understand people who are from a different culture than you.
We have both lived in different cultures before. So people can think the way you do something in one culture is better than another. But it's best to think both ways are good. They're just different. One way is not better than the other way.
That's a very good point, Peter. And another thing to think about is sometimes we only spend time on differences when there are many things about cultures that are the same.
Yeah, that's a good point, Katie. Alex is just trying to show that he cares about his friends in the office. I think everyone wants to be a good friend. We just show it in different ways sometimes.
And we learn in this conversation that Americans like to be direct about many things. Let's talk about what this means, but first we'll look at the word direct.
When you say something that means direct, that means you get straight to the point. It is being very clear about what you're trying to say.
Yes, so Americans can say things that are very direct, but to other cultures, this might sound impolite because you don't want others to feel embarrassed. Like Peter's clipboard has been upside down this whole time.
Really sorry.
So the direct thing to say is, "Peter, your clipboard is upside down." But the other way to tell him is to wait until later and tell him when we were finished teaching. That is not as direct.
That's right. Well, I feel a little embarrassed. Maybe next time tell me after the lesson. Okay, friends, let's take a short break, and we'll be back after this.